Welcome back to Live on Lakeside. I'm Larry Macon Jr., and now it's time to reveal this week's Everyday Champion. He runs a nonprofit organization called Refresh Collective, where he develops urban youth in the area of creative arts, hip hop, and writing. And his name is DJ Dot. Welcome to the show, DJ Dot.
Thanks, man. Glad to be here.
How you doing? Good to have you here, man. Tell us a little bit about what you do. I know you're an Everyday Champion because you work with urban youth. You're right in the heart of the city.
Right.
Tell us about that Fresh Collective.
Yeah, so Refresh Collective, it all started 9 years ago in my neighborhood of Glenville at the time. And I just really wanted to use my art form of hip hop with the students.
Yeah.
And so what we did was we said, you know, when we're talking about having a safe neighborhood, instead of the adults being like, hey, you know, this is what the number to call, this is what you need to do to have a safe neighborhood, let's get the students, the youth at the table, and let's let them talk about what we can do together to have a good neighborhood and a fresh neighborhood. And so we called it Fresh Camp. Students create their own hip hop songs, they learn beat making, lyric writing, and put their own solutions, questions, and challenges into the songs.
So you're putting that energy into a positive light, I guess you would say. Where did you see the need in your neighborhood? What was going wrong? What were you noticing?
I mean, I could talk for a long time about the problems.
Yeah.
I could also talk a long time about the solutions.
Right.
But just, you know, as an example, one of our campaigns we've done in the neighborhood has been called the Drop the Lead campaign.
Yeah.
Because in Glenville, there was a problem with lead poisoning. And so there was literally 1 in 3 students were infected with lead, including my own daughter. But the thing is that a lot of the families didn't really pay attention to flyers that talk about lead poisoning because the other lead problem in our neighborhood is much more prevalent. It's actually what families and students worry about and think about. It's the gun violence problem.
Wow.
I remember one day I came back from doing a really amazing, positive, fresh food event, got home, and was just feeling so good about what we did with the youth and how much fun we had. And there's sirens down the street. It's one of my students from the elementary school had gotten shot.
Wow.
And so since then, with the Drop the Lead campaign, some of the older students and I, we've written some songs that talk about those issues. Not only the challenges, but also like what are the solutions and what could we do together to make this neighborhood great.
Wow, so you found a way to turn the neighborhood around. That's what it looks like. It looks like you found a way to really get the kids involved in something bigger than the things that they've been dealing with in their whole
Yeah, one of my students made a statement one time, and someone asked him, like, what did you learn at Fresh Camp? And he said, I learned that I can make a difference just by doing one thing. And I feel like if every student can learn that it's not hopeless, that every single student can do one thing and actually make a difference, then that's the beginning of leadership right there.
Wow, so you're also teaching leadership to the young kids.
Oh yeah,
that's great. What ages do you take in?
So we work with everywhere from like 3rd grade and up. We really specialize in like the 9, 10, 11, 12, and then the teenagers, and even workforce development for our young adults that graduated high school. That are kind of going into college, and that's where we've created jobs and students have joined our performance team, and those older students will teach at the camps that they grew up in. Talking about leadership and growing in leadership, that we love to see. That's kind of like core to why we do and how we do what we do.
Gotcha.
Because we believe there's so many young leaders out here, and if we just get behind them.
Well, I appreciate what you're doing for our young people. I want to thank you for being on the show.
Yeah.
Tell us very quickly, how can we find you, DJ?
Oh, you can find us at Fresh Lab Cleveland because we're opening a new store/studio space on the west side.
Gotcha.
Actually, man, I wanted to give you one of these T-shirts here because Larry, you are one of the freshest guys in Cleveland. So this is our new. So fresh and so clean shirt, man. I hope it fits you.
I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Thanks again for being on the show.
Thanks.
Thanks. And I want to thank you, the faithful that are watching us on Live on Lakeside and Everyday Champion viewers, for tuning in. But before I go, I want to leave you with a bit of advice. I've learned that in life, some people are peace stealers. Yes, there are always going to be people around that feel like it's their job to aggravate you or try to make you look bad or tell you what you can't do. I know it can be upsetting, annoying, and even frustrating, but don't take the bait. Nothing is worth losing your peace over. They may think they're getting the best of you, but in the end, don't allow them to take away your peace. And also remember that our biggest battles aren't against others, it's against ourselves. Your mind is the constant thing that you can control. You can control how you deal with things. and you can choose to be peaceful even in the midst of a storm. Peace leads to, like the song says, love and happiness. So don't let anyone steal your joy, and watch how much smoother things will go in your life. Well, that's my message for you this week, and I'm glad that you tuned in to see who's doing great things in Greater Cleveland. Remember, I'm always on social media with some daily inspiration, or you can check out my website at LarryMaconJr.com. Contact me there and let me know who you think should be this next week's Everyday Champion. There's good people doing great things, and I'm glad to share that with you every single week. We're live on Lakeside, and we'll be right back.